What's up YouTube, CharminEXSoft here bringing you my spoiler-free honest review of Days Gone, which is classified as an action-adventure survival horror game developed by SIE Bend Studio and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. But to me, this game is more of a true mashup of Sons of Anarchy meets World War Z, as the main character you play as, Deacon St. John, is part of a 1%er motorcycle club known as the Mongrels, who throughout the game faces many hard emotional and moral life challenges, all while still trying to maintain his tough guy composure of a hardcore biker from start to finish. In the beginning of Days Gone, you, your wife Sarah, and best friend in the MC Boozer are all attempting to flee a city where a viral zombie, aka freaker outbreak as they're called in this game, has occurred when your wife becomes mortally wounded. As she's barely alive and you fearing for her life, you try saving her by putting her on an evac chopper with only enough room for 2 more people. Now looking back, you notice that your friend Boozer is not in the best shape either, so you make the hard decision to stay behind and help, as he probably won't survive without you. So after putting her on the chopper, you ask where it's going to be heading with plans of meeting up with your wife once you and Boozer have escaped the city, only to find out that when you arrive, the place was overrun by freakers and no survivors are to be found. And after this hard loss of Deacon's wife, this is where your story begins. 2 years after these events, where most of humanity has died or became freakers, and the remaining survivors are all living in different camps and outposts, just trying to make the best of things while trying to maintain their own sanity. In this world, you and Boozer are known as drifters, people who don't solely belong anywhere. Instead, you travel the open world helping out whatever camps you choose, only to suit your own needs and resources, with plans on heading north and starting life over. In Days Gone, you are met with a number of different challenges, not just freakers, as in many post-apocalyptic situations, lawlessness always becomes an issue, and in Days Gone, this is no different, as you will also come across groups of marauders, bloodthirsty cultists, and other crazy factions, some of which will even use traps to capture you. So it's really important in Days Gone that you are always alert in this open world environment, as things are not always what they may seem to be. Now in Days Gone, camps and Nero checkpoints play a very large part in the game, as clearing out hordes and other enemies from these checkpoints will always award you with a new fast travel point and a Nero injector, which will permanently upgrade your health stat, your stamina stat, or even your focus stats. And completing assignments and turning in freaker ears at camps will award you with a form of currency known as camp credits, which can be used to purchase more items, weapons, and even motorcycle upgrades. It's also important to note that each camp has its own currency, and that currency can only be used at that specific camp. So make sure when you're turning in your bounties and completing your assignments that you're doing it for the camp that best suits your needs of weapons and bike upgrades. Now, your bike also, in my opinion, is a true extension of your lifeline, and without it in specific situations, you may not survive, as freakers in Days Gone never walk, and they're always fast, frantic, and brutal runners. A feature I absolutely love about your bike though in Days Gone is the fact that you can quick save and fast travel from it as long as there's no enemies nearby. Another bike feature which some people may consider annoying but I truly enjoyed was managing your fuel, as it adds a sense of realism to the survival aspect of this game. See, in Days Gone, you can only fast travel as far as your gas tank will take you, and of course, just by driving around, you will deplete your fuel supply as well, and you will need to find gas cans to top off your bike when necessary so you don't run out of fuel becoming stranded, which has happened to me a few times when I wasn't paying attention to my gauge. So trust me, this is something you do not want to happen to you, as pushing your bike back or finding gas on foot, especially at night when freakers are more active, can lead to some serious unexpected challenges. Now, when it comes to the gameplay, Days Gone is actually pretty fun, but also repetitive at times. But thankfully, crafting different items and traps while also fighting a variety of different types of freakers and enemies helps break up that repetitiveness, leaving you feeling rewarded when you take down massive hordes or enemy camps. As for the story, that's a bit harder to talk about without releasing any spoilers and such. So what I can tell you without spoiling anything is the game truly starts out very, very slow, in my opinion, almost in a bad way in the beginning hours, making you kind of feel bored and wondering what the point in playing the game even is at times. But if you truly give this game a chance, the story will develop rather nicely, keeping you very interested and wanting to play more and more, as I myself was not truly invested in Days Gone until I found myself at the third camp of Lost Lake. That's personally when I believe the game changes for the better and your story truly begins to develop into something amazing. Now, as you can see, the game is by no means perfect. Days Gone may look amazing graphically, but it also definitely has some bugs, and some being more major than others, as you will see in these clips. But the most interesting thing I found out about the bugs is that almost all of them were something pretty small, or small enough that it would only rarely ever happen or make me laugh when it did happen, and they really didn't affect my gameplay so much as to be found unplayable or unenjoyable. Most of the bugs that you happen to come across could easily be fixed just by saving the game and reloading your file. Simple as that. Now, there is actually one bug though, or glitch, whatever you want to call it, that did completely affect my gameplay experience, and that was an optional quest, was an optional side quest, as I should say, was a Marauder Camp Hunter side mission that was called Just Doing My Job, where you had to find and rescue Mitch Allen from an anarchist group in a cave system, and the problem is the person that you're trying to save is apparently supposed to be sitting on a stool in the middle of the cave, but he's nowhere to be found when you get there, so you can't actually complete the mission. No matter how many times I tried to reload the save file, he just would not appear and I could not complete it. Luckily though, this was an optional side mission, as I said, and it's not something that you have to complete, because if it was like a main storyline type mission, I would have been extremely upset. Now, what I personally believe, but I don't know because I'm not a developer or programmer, is that if they had an option to fully delete the quest from the mission logs, like actually delete it, not just like unselect it, then you could just travel back and pick up the mission from the quest giver again. Maybe that might fix the issue, as if it's like reloading it or something, but sadly, there's no option to just completely select a mission and kind of abandon it, you know, in the game right now. But, you know, they are doing a fair amount of updates, and they have been doing a fair amount of updates since release. So with time, the game, in my opinion, is only going to get better, and I do believe that they will iron out all of these bugs that it does have. And again, these bugs are few and far between. They don't happen very often. I mean, you're going to see a lot of them all in a sequence because I'm putting them all together. But throughout the entire game, which took me about 40 plus hours to complete, they don't happen very often, and there's not very many of them. It is currently playable and completable in its current state. Now, with all of these things taken into account, while all not going into like a bunch of detail here to spoil the game for anybody, I personally would have to say, despite the bugs and glitches and the slow beginning, that Days Gone is an amazing game that I 100% truly believe everyone should play, and I also will be giving this game my first ever highest recommendation, awarding it my CharminEXSoft seal of approval, as this game, in my opinion, is practically a system seller. And I hope it was going to get like a sequel or future DLC story missions added in the future, because this game, in my opinion, is just totally worth the investment. Again, keep in mind, this game truly has a slow start, in my opinion, but if you honestly give it an honest chance continuing this story into Lost Lake, you will be extremely happy that you did, and the game story will be truly worth your time and investment again. And I really truly had a lot of fun playing the game, and I personally plan on playing it again even after already completing it. That's something to say just right there. Now, if you want to try the game out, that's completely up to you. As always, I'm just here to share my thoughts and opinions on the title so you can make a better informed decision on your purchases, so I maybe can help you save a buck or two down the road. And for those of you who would like to purchase this title after hearing my thoughts and opinions on it, I have also added this title to my Amazon affiliate page. So if you do intend on picking it up physically, then please, I encourage you to use my link when purchasing it, as a small percentage of your purchase will go back to the channel, which will be used to help us grow more at no extra cost to you. And if you already played this title before, or you just want to leave us a comment down below, please feel free to do so and let us know how you enjoyed the game or my review. I'm CharminEXSoft, signing out. Hey everybody, once again, thanks for watching my video, and if you enjoyed it or found it helpful, then please don't forget to slap the like button, as every like continues to help the channel grow. And if you haven't already and you wish to subscribe for free or become a paid member of the Charminati, then please feel free to do that as well, and don't forget to ring that notification bell and follow us on Twitter so you can get notified the second my new videos go live. As always, I'm CharminEXSoft saying thanks for watching, and y'all come back now, you hear?